Yo, what's up, everybody? If you haven't heard about Anchor, let me tell you, this is one of the easiest ways to make a podcast. First of all, it's free. Second of all, there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit the podcast right from your phone or computer. Third, Anchor will also distribute for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. Then you can also make money from the podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. Later.
Welcome to the Morning Sanity Check, where we talk about the different pillars of resilience: spiritual, physical, social, and mental. Join us so we can talk about it, then be about it. Let the show begin.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Sanity Check. My name is Seth.
And I'm Camille.
Hey, and we're just here. We're here to make sure everything is good with you, and your Saturdays is filled with resilience and keeping you on the right track. Okay, so good morning, everyone. If you're just tuning in, first time tuning in, make sure you go to StreamYard.com/Facebook so your comments can pop on up and give us a good shout out. Say good morning. Let us know where you're at and how you're feeling. That's most important. So what's going on, Camille? How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. I'm still here in Texas, and had a good Thanksgiving, and small and intimate, just a few folks here, but it was absolutely amazing, actually. A little tired.
Yeah. I feel you. I feel the same way. It's almost like today feel like a Sunday. You know how it kind of jacks you up a little bit, and the turkey don't help, the macaroni and cheese don't help. You know what I'm saying? The dressing don't help, but it was all good. But happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Hey, what's going on?
Hello.
Y'all? So, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about your happiness. And how do you own it? How do you own your happiness? So I want you to take some time, get something to write with, share this, let individuals know that you're on the sanity check, getting yourself in check, and hopefully this can help spread some good news, okay? Again, like I said, we're talking about owning your happiness and what that looks like and how you can incorporate it every day, all right? So what you got?
Hey, so for me, I had to learn the hard way. As you're growing up, there's some things that you just don't know about happiness. And one of them is that you are in control of your own happiness. Mm-hmm. No one else can make you happy. They can add to it. They can do something that makes you feel that emotion, but you alone are responsible for your happiness. And even in times that may not seem so happy, I'm here in Texas for a reason, you can find 1,000 things to be happy for. Now, let me say this, all right? I'm not saying ignore or avoid all of your feelings about, if you experience sadness, experience it. Mm-hmm. But it's a different thing when you can find happiness or joy in whatever it is that you're doing, whatever situation that you're going through. Yeah. So I just wanted to say that first. Yes. But I'm going to talk about kind of what happiness really is. Mm-hmm. All right. And happiness really is, it's like when you're delighted or you're pleased or glad over a particular thing. And that's like the dictionary definition of happiness, and it's indicative of pleasure, contentment, or joy. So I went a little bit further. Because joy is this thing, right? We say this, we got this joy deep down inside of us. And joy is the emotion of that great, delight or happiness or contentment. And it's also the source of that pleasure or delight. We went back to happy and it says, it's basically a delightful feeling or a pleasurable feeling. But joy is really the source of that. All right. So it's an emotion a little bit deeper than just being happy. So I just wanted to say that. Mm-hmm. All right. And then I want to talk about why it's important. So, it's important because, like I said in the first part, we own it. It's ours. And then we don't really learn how to cultivate our own happiness. We don't learn how to feel happy despite what's going on around us. And so it's very, very important because, again, no one is responsible for your happiness but you. That's and if you don't understand how to be happy or how to find ways to be happy, then it's going to be very, very hard for someone else to make you happy.
I agree.
So I just want to say that there's tons of, mental effects and health benefits that happiness provides for your body. You know what I mean? You become more compassionate. You're healthier physically and emotionally. We get more creative when we're happy. We're in our zone, as we call it. Was that for real? Because I'm happy. That's my song right there. But, you get energetic when you sing them songs. That's just one of those songs that makes you go. But being happy can also lead to financial success, So there's so many benefits and things of being happy. We just have to learn how to get there. Yeah, we got to get there. So what was your turning point? And when you did or realized that happiness was a inner thing, was a you thing rather than a them thing?
Well, I think the turning point for me was when I realized that happiness isn't a destination. It's a journey. You know what I mean? You have to find your happiness everywhere and in everything. And that's our responsibility. We have to do that, right? Because, you have individuals that say, and I was once that type of person, all I need is $1,000 and I'll be happy. All I need is $2,000. You know what? I'll be good. All I need is $150,000 and I won't need nothing else. That's all I need to be quote unquote happy. But the deal is when you do that, that finish line keeps on moving, right? Because, God is giving you the ability to keep on living. So therefore, you're going to keep on moving. And that, that line in the sand is going to get farther and farther away. But what happened is while you're focusing on that, you're missing out on all the small things. You're missing out on the small things. What about you? When was the time when you kind of woke up and was like, all right, now this is what happiness truly is?
I was yesterday years old. No, I'm just kidding. It feels like yesterday, but it was really just a few years ago. I was in a kind of a terrible relationship and I was always feeling down and everything like that. And then I heard some motivational speakers and some, listened to some podcasts and things like that. And I really realized it was through, actually, I think it was Oprah Winfrey. I love me some Oprah. But that it was like happiness, it really is an inside job. And despite what's going on, you can choose to be happy. And so I said, God, I just don't want to be angry anymore. I don't want to be mad at the world. I don't want to blame anybody. I want to deal with all this stuff that's going on in my life. And I want to truly be happy. Show me how to be happy.
Right.
And then I realized that it was me and it was a daily choice. It was a minute to minute choice, a day, hour to hour choice. And like you said, it was those things I used to be like, oh, well, if this person did this, then I would be happy. Or if I got this, I would be happy and all this and all that. No. It's contentment right where you are, being happy. And then I, was reading some things and I was like, well, this is in my own words, but if you're happy with the small things, God will bless you with the big things. That's you know what I mean? But you have to be a good steward of what you already have to show that you're responsible enough to handle more. And I believe it's the same with happiness. Instead of keep chasing all these other things that when you don't make you unhappy or you decide to be unhappy about it, you just rejoice in what you have right then. And so it was a couple of years ago. And I was like, you know what? I'm blessed. I have a house. I have my children. I have strength. I have life. I have all of these things going for me, but I'm worried about tomorrow.
That's right.
That's not promised.
That's right.
Let me worry about today and be happy what I have today. So it wasn't too long ago that I really, really understood that I was in control of my happiness.
Good. So, that's good. Well, look, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about happiness. If you joined us last week, we talked about gratitude, and that goes hand in hand. But what we're focusing today is on smiling and being happy genuinely. You're right, and authentically, right, being authentic. So we're going to dive a little bit deeper into that. But before we do, we got to take some time out for our sponsors. All right, so stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Integrity Consulting and Professional Services LLC is a minority, female-owned, nonprofit management consulting agency located in Humble, Texas, north of Houston. The owner, Jackie Dozier, has over 36 years of nonprofit and for-profit business management experience. She can take your idea from thought to manifestation while offering a myriad of services to help you successfully manage your business along the way. Her services include state filing anywhere in the United States, getting your employee identification number and 501c3 tax determination, providing cooperative and service agreements and mandatory documents, one-on-one grant writing training and consultation, board and staff development, and more. Ms. Dozier's clients include the U.S. Departments of Health and Human Services, the Administration of Children and Youth, U.S. and Caddo Parish, Louisiana Departments of Education, and the list goes on. References are available. Check her out on our Facebook page, Integrity Consulting and Professional Services LLC, and contact her by email at integrityconsultingpsllc@gmail.com. Rates are competitive. Say you heard about her on Sanity Check for a 5% discount. ICPS, providing all of your small business and grant writing needs with integrity and professionalism.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to another Sanity Check. And what we're talking about is just being happy. Truly being happy. So we want to say good morning to everyone. Hopefully everything is good with you. If this is your first time watching this or you're on Facebook right now, go to streamyard.com/Facebook. Put your comments, okay? Put your comments in and make sure you're following us and sharing this good news, because we do this not just every week, but throughout the week. And so we would love to connect with you. All right. Now, going into the next part, we have I want you guys to really think about this. The last comment that was up before the break was happiness is a choice daily for me. And that's what I kind of want to lead into by thinking about including the little things you love into your life day to day. Okay? Just day to day. So there's an old saying that says, enjoy the little things, for one day you may look back and realize they were the big things. And I was having a conversation earlier in the week when individuals will be on their deathbed, or older individuals said, you know what, if I can go back, I will really spend more time doing this thing. That one little thing was what they truly love. So I'm sure that you've heard the saying, it's the little things in life that matter, right? The little things are the small and often underappreciated aspects of life, right? That truly makes you happy. Rather, it's your favorite cup of coffee, right? Walk through the beach, or, even in the snow or something like that, right? So, or wearing clothes that you enjoy wearing, that makes you feel good. So I encourage you to think about this and write this down if you got your notepad, but to schedule your life around the small details that bring you happiness. What you think about that, Camille?
I think that's good. I had to do that because, again, when we're chasing all of these big things, it's a journey. Mm-hmm. And we miss so many small milestones. Mm-hmm. How great is it that during the pandemic, all of us have internet to be able to get on and watch this Sanity Check? Mm-hmm. There's some people who don't have jobs, but yet we still complain about what we don't have.
That's right.
We're in the comforts of our home. We're around family. Some of us were able to, Thanksgiving. Mine was not supposed to be for Thanksgiving, but I just, was here. Mm-hmm. But there's so many little things that we can be so grateful for. If we look around, really look around, we will realize how blessed we really are.
Yep.
And I stopped taking that for granted because it's not just something that happened by chance. That's know what I mean? But it happened by choice. And so I'm grateful for that. But I absolutely believe that it's the little things, those moments spent with people. Since I was here, I was able to see, very quickly, very short meet up in a picture with a mask on or something like that. But a couple people that I hadn't seen in, quite some time. So it was great. That's the stuff that makes life really, really memorable and happy for me. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, I just want you guys to think about that. Think about what you are going to incorporate. And keep in mind, y'all, it is, we're going to repeat this is your responsibility. Don't be mad when somebody don't make you happy. Think about how that sounds. Their job is to make you happy. No, it ain't. Stop it. You know what I mean? So it's your responsibility to incorporate things that genuinely make you happy. And you can sit back and enjoy different things from in just different areas of your life, but you're deliberately putting them there. You get what I'm saying? You have to do that. You have to do that.
Yes. So, Seth, I want to, as we're talking about that, talk about attaining happiness. And I just want to go into kind of how you do that. First of all, you have to believe that it can happen for you. Okay. A lot of people think that they're just destined for, oh my God, my life is wrong. Everything goes wrong. It's because you're not open and willing to accept that happiness can be attained for you.
Hold on. You know what? I got to go there. I know people, I promise y'all. And look, y'all probably know them too. You might be them. So if it make you feel a way, then take it. Some folks will make every excuse as to why they just can't smile and be okay. Like, is it that damn bad? Hold on. Look, do you really want to be happy? Hold on. Can you dig what I'm saying? Look, do you really want to be happy? Because you're giving every excuse as to why. Well, I can't do that. Well, I got gout in my foot and then the ankle. Well, look, what they ain't do with my check ain't right. If you don't shut up, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's going to make that dimple pop? Think about it, right? And don't you hate talking to them folks? You like, if you happy yet? What do you need, right? And then when you find out, ladies and gentlemen, go get it. Stop talking mess, because people get tired of hearing that, oh, woe is me, my life ain't right, oh, COVID is everywhere. If you don't cover your face up and shut up and get living or get the dying, you know what I'm saying? What you go do? I'm sorry, I had to throw that out there, but it's those type of folks that can steal your happiness.
Yeah, well, I'm making a choice not to let nobody steal it. I let them say, and it's funny because I just had a conversation the other day, and it was exactly that. And it was somebody was, telling me about how things were never right, and it was this person's fault and this person's fault. So I was trying to get them to see, well, what can you do, to make that better? And so it was excuse after excuse. And so I had to just say, I said, I'm gonna say like I used to tell my folks. If you put as much energy into figuring out how you can do something or how, what things are happy for you as you do making excuses for why they're not, you would be so further along.
They don't,
much further along.
They don't want that accountability. See?
They don't want the accountability because that causes you to have to do something. It creates that conflict that we always talk about. And if you guys don't get this, let me just say this. It's called sanity check. But this really is mind shifting.
Yeah.
Okay. You have to change your mind, change the programming in your mind. And that's what we keep trying to tell you guys, that it is a choice, an inner thing. It doesn't matter what goes on around you. You have the power to change your perception about what's going on. And it's not changing the story. That's not what I'm saying, but how you respond to things or how you allow it to negatively or positively affect you. That is a you thing. And so anyway, people do, they give excuse after excuse after excuse, never once stopping to say, okay, if all this stuff keeps going on, what's wrong with me? Or why?
It's that common denominator. Like, if you can do a timeline as to what everyone has done to you, do you think everybody wake up in the morning and say, you know what, let me see how I'm going to get Seth today? Yeah. Because, see, he go get some gas. I know he coming here to get some gas, and I'm going to purposely give him an attitude. Got it. No, you see what I'm saying? People don't do this, like, naturally for you, to you.
Right. And so while we're saying that, I want to say that happiness is a natural state.
Yes.
Okay. It's natural for us to feel happy. I had one coworker that used to come in every day. He would just be, like this every day. I walked past him, good morning. He didn't say anything for me an entire year. This is recently, y'all, an entire year. And one day I asked him, I said, how much energy does it take to be miserable like that?
Mm-hmm.
Like that has to take so much energy just to continue to be in this state. It is okay to be happy. It is okay to smile sometimes. It does something. Let me say this again. We talked about the repression of emotions and stuff like that, right? And negativity really is toxic to your body. It's toxic. That stress, that anger has to go somewhere. And typically it comes out physically in illnesses and ailments and mental health issues, all of that. So you have to take the time, again, be open to the idea. Be for you. Try to shed some of that negative energy that you have, and that's by doing the small things and say, okay, today I'm going to smile.
Yes.
I want to feel happy. It's natural for me. It's as natural as a negative emotion. However, we tend to spend more time staying in that negative state than we do a happy state.
Yeah.
Like you said, every time somebody does something, they're not out to get you.
Yeah.
It's your perspective. And I don't know if you guys see that meme that goes around, but I used to say it all the time. I had to realize sometimes when people lash out, it's not about me. They have something going on. And so I would stop. I started stopping and saying, are you okay? Is everything okay with you? Because that was just like, I don't know why that big blow up, but it couldn't have been me. You know what I mean? Do you want to talk about it? And you wouldn't believe the number of people who stopped and was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I have all this stuff going on in my life. And, I didn't realize. And I'm like, okay, if you want to talk, I'm here. But all of that stuff negatively, if you don't let it out, you know what I mean? You don't choose to be happy. People are not trying to do stuff to you. Sometimes they're dealing with their own demons and their own emotions, and you just happen to be the one.
Absolutely. You're right. Sometimes you are.
Hey, it ain't got nothing to do about, with me. It's nothing that they're doing to me. It's something going on with them.
Right.
Then you'll be fine.
Right.
Continue on with your happy state. Stop and take a moment.
Uh-oh. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that her internet has paused for a second, but nevertheless, we're talking about we are talking about the happiness and what that looks like. And yes, it's not your responsibility always to to blame things on people or to check them or whatever the case is, because you are responsible for yourself. Yes. And look, ladies and gentlemen, if you know anyone that needs to hear this, please share this. Let us know that you shared it, right? Just, hey, I shared this. And then also give them this link to make sure that they go to StreamYard.com/Facebook so their comments can come on up and get posted. All right. But this is some good stuff, because your happiness is important. OK, can you dig it? So the next thing I want to go into is doing what you love. Listen, it sounds simple. It really does sound simple just because it's a couple of words. But you got to understand there's some things that you may not be doing that you love to do because of someone else. Okay? And that's not good. That is not good. You are preventing your or stifling your own happiness. Okay? So look, let's talk about this real quick. And check this out. Steve Jobs famously said, your work is going to fill a large part of your life. And the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do the great work is to love what you do. So if you haven't found out yet what that is, keep doing it. You are, not keep doing it, keep looking. right? But don't settle. As with a matter of heart, do things with your heart in your passion, and then you'll find it. Okay, so that's what I want you guys to think about, doing things that you love. So write that down too. Do what you love, because if you truly love it and it put a smile on your face, you can't worry about what other people think, because not everybody's going to watch this. Not everybody's going to dig it. You get what I'm saying? Some people, what's going on, Chris? Listen, some people go think you crazy as a Betsy bug, but you happy. So what are you going to do? Are you going to sacrifice what put that dimple on your face naturally just because you don't want your friends to look at you sideways? Guess what? They probably going to do it anyway. So what you get what I'm saying? So, Camille, is it things that you've ever done that make you happy, but you're like, oh, I don't think I want to do that because somebody gonna think I look funny?
Yes, several things.
Okay.
Actually, when I started deciding that, my next line of work, what it was going to be, it was a lot of people that were like, like, you can't do that. Like, you know what? Or the way that I was going about doing it, people didn't understand. And I'm so glad that I got released from man and what they think about me and what I'm doing, because I said, well, no wonder it doesn't look good to you, because the vision wasn't given to you.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
This is my life.
Yes.
These are my lenses. I have to do what makes me happy. You know what I mean? And you over there miserable trying to tell me about how, what I'm supposed to be doing or not. You don't even like what you do. So,
look, hold on. Let me give that a good old message. Check it out. You don't even like what you do. So it's that whole being miserable, that love company. Listen, look, I don't like this mess either. I know you don't like it because I don't like it and nobody else like it. Ain't that good? No, not. When are you going to break your own chains?
Right. I want to be like John Maxwell. You know what I'm saying? He says, when he does what he loves, it never feels like work. He will do it until the day he dies. See? And that's what I want to do. I said, I want to leave here empty, happy being me. Okay. Happy doing the things that I love. People think I'm crazy because they look at me and they make judgments about who I am or what I like and all this and all that. When I say I like going out in the woods and I'm camping and I'm fishing and I'm hiking at mountains, and we done scaled the mini Via Ferrata in England, and we done all these kind of things. They're like, you really do that stuff? Like, you really do? Look, and us folks don't do that kind of stuff. Well, yes, we do.
See?
All right. And I'm happy when I'm doing it. And ain't nobody going to tell me different.
And yes,
that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do.
And yes, and ladies and gentlemen, yes, to her point, we have to understand that all skin folk ain't kin folk. You get what I'm saying? So if there's something that you want to do, look, go and do it. Look, shout out, look, I'm going to do what I want to do. And that's what it is. But be okay with doing it, because what happens is your natural self, and I talk about this a lot, but your natural self knows more about you than you think you know about you. So your self is saying, you know what would be dope? You should just start drawing or coloring. You know what I mean? And you're like, why would I want to do that? But you start drawing and you're like, wow, I really like this. The problem is what we do, because we're communal people, right? We don't like to be alone. I get that. What we do is we tell people because we want them to join in and experience this happiness. Okay. But we expect people to like what we do just because they like us. That's not it. Hey, that's not it. They like you. They don't like hiking. What? Look at here. If it ain't got plug in a Wi-Fi, keep it over there, because look, things be talking at night. You dig? The animals be chippa. Hey, I ain't got time for that. But I like you, so I'm gonna let you go and do you. But what we need to do is and think about what makes us happy and connecting with people. If we do want to connect with people that like what we like. Not connecting with people we like to like what we like. That is going to stop you or prevent you from doing what you truly love. Just because a person loves you does not mean they have to love what you do.
Absolutely. Except I'm like this though. When people say that, I always say, because I've learned to trust myself. All right. Trust myself, trust my intuition, trust my gut feeling, trust what God is telling me to do instead of worrying about what other people's going to do it. And when I started to do that, it never failed me. But when people would tell me what I couldn't do, boy, that would fuel my fire. I used to get hot. But you know what it did? I said, I could show you better, I could tell you.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't from the show me state, but I could show you better than I could tell you. And that was like the fuel for me to just do it, because I'm like, you think I can't do it? Like, you think I'm not capable? That was me. You think I'm not capable? Okay. I know I have the tools. I know I was gifted. If I had this idea, if I have this thing makes me happy, I'm going to go all in and I'm going to show you.
And I love it. I mean?
So at the end of the day, it's like, oh, dang, you really did that. I'm like, thank you.
Yes.
Without your help, but thank you. And it made me feel good doing it. And it wasn't about the other person, but it was a challenge for myself, because I knew it was something that I should have been doing anyway.
See, that's the key.
That was making me happy.
That's the key. And I like this, what Lily said. She says it's not necessarily about what you do, but being able to truly be who you are while doing it. You get what I'm saying? Like, being authentic, like in your skin. You get what I'm saying? In your skin, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know that is the true, and to me, that's the true essence of being happy. Like dancing. I don't act like I can dance. I'm a DJ. But if I get on the dance floor 1 or 2 times, watch me work. Okay? I don't care what you say, but I'm doing it. You feel me? Because I'm feeling it. But I'm not doing it for other people's, assessment, if you will, to give me that, right? Yeah. To give me that validation like I'm working out. Listen, it don't look right. It might look clinically crazy. You understand? But I'm enjoying myself. So we got to be comfortable and willing to enjoy ourselves genuinely,
And let me say this too, Seth. I know, we're both master resilience trainers, for those of you who don't know. But when I teach about character strengths, I talk about being a leader. And in the military, of course, both of us are military, or were veterans, I should say. You have people who try to emulate certain leaders or characteristics of leaders, right? And it's only in my older days, and I go, you ain't even comfortable acting like that. Just be yourself, And I was like, I would ask people, like, what makes a great leader? And they would give me all of these things. And I'm like, okay, are leaders made or born? And then there's the 2 sides of the coin. But I said, you know what? People always say, and there's, for you guys, those of you who don't know, let me just say this, again, not promoting anything, but there's a VIA survey out there, and it gives you your 24 character strengths. All right. And so it has things that range from love to kindness to leadership to judgment to happiness, all these different things, right? Creativity, art, and appreciation of arts and beauty. So people would always say, oh, you're a great leader. You're a great leader. And I'm like, a lot of people don't like my leadership style, and that's fine. But I said, well, what makes me a great leader? And they were like, oh, you have great leadership skills. I show them my signature strengths, and it's kindness, honesty, judgment, fairness, appreciation of beauty, and excellence. Leadership was 22. 22. And everybody's like, what? And I said, it's because I bring who I am, my strengths, my style, what I have to offer to the table every time. When I lead with kindness. I lead with love. Actually love was a little bit, but I lead with fairness. I lead with judgment. I got to make sure I have the whole story before I judge somebody for something. And I usually get to the bottom of things. And I said, so you don't have to have leadership. And there was one guy who had prudence. Was his top strength. Right. And he was embarrassed. And I saw it. They said, how many of you guys have leadership as your top 5? And he raised his hand. Leadership was at the bottom. And so I had a sidebar with him. And I said, well, why did you raise your hand if leadership is not your, top strength? He was like, well, he felt like he should be because he was in the military. And I said, no, we need people with those characteristics. And if you read the definition of it, that's a good trait. People always talk about it in a bad way, but you have to bring authentically who you are, to your point.
Absolutely.
Authentically who you are. And when you do that, you'll go far. You can't replicate anybody else the way that they are. Right. You are meant to be you.
Right.
And once you get there, you will be a much happier person.
Yes.
Just being you and
Yes.
stop trying to be like everybody else.
Right. And ladies and gentlemen, too, to her point, what I want to do is I want you guys to go and check this out. Right. Go and check out that survey, and it's free. Right. It's free. You register and you can take the survey just so you can see your natural, your strength. And keep in mind, things that you don't think is a strength, and it may be lower on the, I guess, in the spectrum. It's not a weakness, ladies and gentlemen. It's just something that you're just not as strong at. Now, some people may want to get into the semantics, say, that's the same thing. No, it's not. No, it's not, because you still embody all of it. But this is something that comes naturally to you. Okay, so I want you guys to go ahead and check that on out. I got it up and it's going to be in your chat. So go ahead and click on it, okay, and take the survey and let us know what you think. Okay, let us know what you think about that. But before we go into the next one, I want to make sure we take a time out for our sponsors. Make sure that you share, right? While this is going on and the sponsorships is popping up, make sure you share. And we want to thank you for being on the Sanity Check. We will be right back.
If you're looking to buy or sell anywhere across the 50 states, contact Jamilaseals. Jamila is a realtor with Keller Williams Marquis who exudes credibility, commitment, and determination while serving the Metro East and Scott Air Force Base, Illinois areas. Her warm and friendly approach, combined with unparalleled communication skills and enthusiasm for helping others, allows her to connect and provide clients with the best possible service and experience. There are 3 things she does with and for her clients. First, negotiate deals for you. This means she'll treat your money like it's her money. Second, guide you through a simplified process, which means she'll provide sound advice to ensure you make an informed decision in identifying or choosing the right house for you. And last but not least, creative marketing. She'll provide a cutting-edge marketing plan that's tailor-made for you. Bottom line, she's going to get the job done properly and not let you down. So if you're searching for your new dream home, give Jamila a call today at area code 618-202-8751. Again, that's 618-202-8751.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Sanity Check with me and Camille. So what were you going to say, Camille? I'm sorry, we went to the commercial break. What were you going to say about the with our personalities?
Oh, no, I was just going to say with that survey, it is a lesser strength. So all of those, there's so many more character traits out there, but all of those are strengths. So when you do the survey, again, like you said, you don't look at them as weaknesses. We capitalize on our strengths. We use those things and they will change situationally. My leadership comes up, or my, kindness comes up depending on who I'm at or who I'm dealing with. Even love was 24 for me. And I consider myself a pretty loving person. I just love differently. I love differently. And it does move. My spirituality has always been in my top 5, so spirituality is either 1 or 5, one of the 2. But it really, and I can look at different times in my life where I was going through when I took that survey, and I've taken it over like every 2 years or so. And I can see where there was a shift in my life, where those different strengths come up. So use those, capitalize on your strengths. We always talk about, Michael Jordan. Okay, I don't know if he's a good, because he played baseball and golf. He tried all them things too, huh?
You did.
But he was a great basketball player because he concentrated on what he was good at, and then he gained some skills and he concentrated on that again. And there's so many others. LeBron James, you know what I mean? He concentrates on what he's good at. When Kobe Bryant was here, he concentrated on what he was good at and he capitalized on that. You have to do the stuff you don't want to, but you capitalize on what you're good at.
And you know what? Also, to that example, thinking about Michael Jordan, I think even though he wasn't good in all those other things, he did it because he wanted to try it. And so, and I encourage you, ladies and gentlemen, don't be afraid to do different things. If it put a smile on your face, it's okay. Look at Bo Jackson. You remember Bo?
Yes.
You remember Bo? He was getting it in baseball and football. You get what I'm saying? He didn't let anybody stop him from doing what he wanted to do. You get what I'm saying? He didn't wait. Like, for example, he didn't let people say, you know what? You're a great baseball player. You should stay here. You should stay here. He said, okay. And then he went somewhere else. He stayed there and he went. So off season, he was always grinding. You get what I'm saying? And he was living in his element. And so that's what I encourage you guys to do today. So we're talking about being happy and owning your happiness. Okay.
And let me say this too, because we talk about, I was in a teaching a little class with some younger folks. And, I was like, well, what do you want to be when you grow? Or what did you, when you're 5 years old, what did you want to be? And so I got all these different things. This one guy says, I wanted to be a basketball player. And I said, well, what stopped you? He was like, well, look at me. He was a very short guy. And I was like, well, you remember Spud Webb? You know what I mean? He didn't let that stop him. Basketball made him happy. And no matter how short he was on that thing, he had them hops. He was playing that game and he made it all the way because he did not let his height stop him from doing what made him happy. And he capitalized on the strengths that he did have. And he worked hard to get there. And he was great. Yeah. And so, we often eliminate ourselves from the things that make us happy because we don't fit the mold. That's right. So we stop ourselves mentally from pushing past those barriers and breaking those walls down to be that thing that, we were created to be, or, to do that thing that makes is a mindset shift. That we're dealing with here about the things that make us happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It paused for a minute. Yeah. We're here. But no, you're absolutely right. It is a shift. And we have to be able and be willing to do that. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, just make sure you share this, okay? Because we're getting ready to go into a new year. And some people think that based off of everything that's been going on with the pandemic, the social things, that it's so much negativity in the world. And in fact, it is. But you have to own how you're going to respond to it. Yeah. Okay? Like, for example, I would love for Camille and I to be in a studio or to be sitting across from each other and having you all in the studio with us watching. You get what I mean? Live, like, yo, this is, but
that'd be dope.
Yeah, it would be good. It would be real nice, right? But how do we still smile through it all? Right? How do you smile through it all? How do you own your own happiness? So this is what makes us happy. And hopefully this is making you happy or giving you some skills that you can find to make yourself happy. Okay? What else you got, Camille?
So I just want to, excuse me. I'm so sorry, you guys. But I just want to give you this quote, and it was by Dalai Lama. And he says that if you want to maintain that positive frame of mind, that happiness, he says to do this every day. As soon as you get up, you can develop a sincere positive motivation thinking. I will utilize this day in a more positive way. I should not waste this very day. And then at night before bed, you check what you've done, asking yourself, did I utilize this day as I planned? Right? And so compassion. Showing compassion, that's another element that he says, is vital for happiness. And so he says the Tibetan word for compassion is siwa, refers to an attitude or state of mind that includes not only a wish for the welfare of others, a wish for others to be free of their suffering, but also a wish for good things on oneself. And that means real, true inner peace. It can be cultivated by deepening our connection with others and practicing compassion. And I just want to talk about that important part of happiness. We are social beings, like you said before. We thrive in a social environment. Right? Yes. Helping others also brings us joy to see that we can eliminate someone else's pain or suffering and things like that. So taking the time, thinking about those acts, those small acts that you can do to help other people will also help deepen our own connection and help us strengthen our state of happiness, And so connecting with other people is so, so important. Last week, we talked about gratitude, and what he said there really kind of goes back to that. You know, whether you start your day or end your day with gratitude, whatever that looks like for you, it is scientifically proven to increase your state of happiness or your positive attitude or whatever. And it's simple things, the simple things that make that happen. So don't minimize that. Again, continue to do that. Those connections, volunteering, like Seth said last week, things like that will really help to enhance your happiness because you're going outside of yourself and doing something to help other people. So what about you, Seth?
Well, I think it's important. I think it's important to, like I said earlier, to deliberately make yourself happy. And, you know, because you have to own that. But I really do think this here is a good question. So Keisha says, how do you recharge? Because people can lean on you where you feel your happiness is drained. So, Keisha, so this is the deal. And I'm so glad that you're here. So glad that you're here. And there was a couple of times we've had conversations about spiritual vampires, okay, and doing that and what that means. So I know Halloween has since passed, right? And we looking at Christmas now. You know, even the tree is up, right? But the deal is, when you think about monsters and everything, and you think about vampires, one of the key things vampires have to do in order to come into your space, they have to be invited in. Okay, so it stops at the door. You dig? So you have to understand what you don't want to give. All right. And I always use the analogy of the plastic plant. Okay, what are you going to do? Keep pouring your water in a plastic plant. What you going to get? It ain't going to grow. You understand? Only thing you're going to get is a puddle on the ground. You dig? So in order for you not to become drained, you got to stop pouring into things, people, and situations that's not lifting you up. And I know we talk about what great people say. I'm going to give you a quote, what great people say, but we've heard it all the time. So I'm going to give you the quote first, and then I'm going to let you know who said it. So surround yourself with only people who are going to lift you higher. Who said that? Oprah. Okay, Oprah Winfrey. But the deal is, you've heard it before. You all right? And that's the key. If you feel yourself being drained by this individual, hey, get away from that person. You get what I'm saying? Because they're going to keep on taking. So here's the other little point. Look, your friends, listen, your friends and family. Now, the deal is, we can pick our family, right? But we for damn sure can pick our friends. And if you're surrounding yourself with fools that's pulling on you and draining you, it's not their fault. So check it out. Your friends should bring out the best version of you and help you strive to new levels, Keisha. Okay, new levels in life. So think of your company in terms of quality instead of quantity. Don't nobody care about how many friends I got on Facebook. Hey, I only got for real 6. And I'll tell you to their face. I'll tell whole Facebook to their face. I only got about a strong 6. Hey, and the possible. You feel me? Hey, I got a powerful spades hand. Can you dig it? But that's what it is, because those individuals are, it's being reciprocated. I can pour and they pour, and we're lifting each other up. And I think that's important. What you think, Camille?
Absolutely. People will only, or they can only do what you allow them to do. You have a choice in everything. So if you have somebody that's taking, we have in one of our groups that said, what's one of the quickest ways to lose a friend? You know, taking more than you give. And we have to, and that was my answer, but we have to become self-aware to know when enough is enough, when our tank is being drained and not refilled. Yes. And it's not up to other people really to refill it. We have to kind of step back and break away and say, hey, so there's times, you know, I have a lot of people that call me and lean on me, but there's times where I have to take a mental exodus from everybody. And I have to take that time to recharge myself, whether that's going dancing like you're talking about. I love to dance. You know, people are like, why are you out here dancing? Well, I love to dance, and I'm just going to do that. That's what makes me happy. Or I lay in my bed and I think, you know, and I recharge and I plan the day, or I do whatever it is. So you have to be self-aware enough to know when enough is enough, and you pull back, and it's okay. You don't owe anybody an explanation for it. You don't have to make an excuse for it. You don't have to feel bad about it. It's what you need. It's what you need to protect your peace, to protect your happiness, so that you can continue to give and you don't become that bitter Betty. You know what I mean? So take the time that you need, Keisha. And like I said, finding what you like, your hobbies that don't take a lot of recharging. Let me say this: recharging batteries, you plug them in and you let them sit there, right? Rechargeable batteries. You don't move them around. You don't put them in stuff. You don't do a whole lot of stuff. Recharging, sometimes you just need to be still. Sometimes if you're an extrovert, and let me give you the difference here. If you're an introvert, I'm an extroverted introvert, okay? I like to recharge by going in my room, in the quiet, alone in my thoughts, laying on my bed, relaxing. That's how I recharge my energy to come out and do stuff like this, or to come out and teach classes in front of a bunch of people, or to be energetic and do all these other things. If you're an extrovert, people recharge you. So sometimes you might need to go and be around people, just not thinking about anything important or specific, but doing what you love around a bunch of people, whether that's going out dancing or going to a festival or going to, you know, a concert or a basketball. Well, not right now, basketball games, but you know what I'm saying, before this COVID thing, or whatever that looks like for you to recharge your battery. So you also have to know whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, so that you don't get confused thinking, okay, I'm recharging, I'm going out here and I'm having a lot of fun, and you realize that I'm drained. That's why I always got to take a vacation from my vacation. I'm out there doing everything. But taking the time to get to know you, being self-aware, doing the things that make you happy, don't require a lot of thought or emotion or anything like that. That will help you recharge your batteries. But I can't say what it is for you.
No,
it can be different for everybody.
Absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, too, I alluded to this earlier, but this is, I believe, a great segue into this. When you have the right individual in your circle, okay, they will understand that they cannot be everything for you and not take that personal. So, and this goes along the lines of friendship, relationships, family members, or whatever, right? Because we are all individuals. You are responsible for understanding who you are and say, you know what? This is what I need. And then first, you have to understand that. Then you find the best way to articulate yourself to someone else to understand. Right now, I don't need your energy. You get what I'm saying? It's not personal, because I still love you. I'll be right back, because what I need to fix, you can't fix it. You see? So I'm being selfless by being selfish. Because in order for me to be the best version of me, I got to fix it. I can't put it on you to try to fix when you can't fix it for me. You understand what I'm saying? It's just so I want you guys to think about this, ladies and gentlemen. If you're still watching this, we appreciate y'all, and please share this. But this is some deep stuff, and let me know if you can dig it. You cannot expect a person that's not equipped to give you that little piece of happiness. Okay. You own that. That's what we're talking about, owning your happiness. So be willing to talk to those individuals and say, hey, I need, like, for example, you said, you like to take your time in your own room and kind of go and do what you have to do. Me, I like to drive in my car and just go. I need to go, right? Being in mess or not necessarily mess, but just being constantly involved with all that type of energy, you have to take a step back and really understand it, but be willing to talk to whoever you are, your husband, whoever you have, your husband, your wife, significant other, your friend, like, yo, let me go over here for a minute. And it's okay. But on the other side, ladies and gentlemen, if somebody loves you enough to tell you that, don't be mad because now they told you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, hey, I need a break. Not saying I need you out of my life. I need to do this for me. You get what I'm saying? What you think about that, Camille? You think individuals feel a certain way when you're like, oh, well, why you got to do this by yourself? Why can't I be there with? Hey, look, why can't I be there with you? Well, you know, like, wait, shut up, move. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you get what I'm saying?
That's so important. And that's me. I have people, like, especially in relationships, we all process things differently.
Yes.
And for me, when it's when I encounter a problem or something, I really have to work it out mentally.
Yes.
Somebody just can't come to me and tell me, oh, well, this is what you need to do. I have to make sure that it feels right for me, because if I have to maintain this, I have to figure out how I'm going to maintain it, how much energy it's going to take to maintain it, if I have the skill to maintain it. So don't just come and get mad at me when I don't take your advice right away. Let me process it the way that I do. I might have to make some modifications. I might have to, and then, I might try it my own way. It doesn't work out. And then I might go, okay, well, let me try that. You know what I mean? Don't, I told you so. I told you so. Don't do that. But we all have to do things that's why it's so hard when people are like fix-it people in relationships. It's like, I don't want you to fix my problem. I just want you to listen. Let me talk it out with you. Let me just, bounce it off of you and things like that. But for me, I guess, I have to process. And I'm a very I don't know if it was the military or whatever, but like, I have to do it myself first. So even if it's out of my wheelhouse, I have to do it myself first so that I know what questions to ask if I encounter something, because I've went through the process.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So let me just don't get mad when I say I don't want this right now. I just need you to listen, or, thank you, but no thank you. Or maybe in about a month after I figure out what's going on, because I get really angry. I shouldn't say angry. I do get frustrated and angry sometimes when somebody keeps pushing me and I'm like, yo, it's my time. I'm not in a rush. It's okay. Nobody's going to die. Just let me process.
And that's what it is.
Fix it for me. Yeah, just let me process. So that's absolutely, it's very important to know yourself and to be able to communicate that to your partner as well, to reduce the tension, to reduce the frustration, to reduce the whatever it is between you guys.
Yes.
So that both parties know.
And that's what it is. And ladies and gentlemen, that's the happiness process. Because in order for you to be happy, you have to remove certain things. And sometimes those things are energy. That energy it's not binary. It's not good and bad. It's just some energy it's like going to, y'all heard of Country Buffet, Country Kitchen, Ponderosa, not Denny's, the smorgasbords, the buffets, right? So watch this. All that food is there, but you don't need it all at that time. Okay, look, you can go back and get it. It's okay. Look, it ain't going nowhere. It ain't got feet. You know what I mean? So you don't need all of that stuff. So you have to balance yourself and say, okay, right now I need to take this. I'll be back. And watch this. I might be back at a later time for something else. Yeah. But at this time, this is what I need. This is the first thing on my plate, right on. Don't take offense when I'm not putting, watch this. This about to get somebody. Don't be mad. Don't be mad when I don't put your seasoning on my plate.
My plate.
Look, hey, mind blown. Hey, watch out. Message. Don't be mad when listen. Don't be mad when I don't take yo. Listen, I might be thirsty. Okay, I might be thirsty, but don't be mad because I don't want your Kool-Aid. It's okay. I don't want Kool-Aid. I just wanted some water, and I got the water. It's okay. Don't be mad. Don't think that your Kool-Aid or your seasoning salt is the best thing smoking. Okay. Because listen, personally, I like slap your mama on my seasoning. You dig? Not everybody likes slap your mama. Some people like Mike Lowry's. You feel me? Some people like Mike Johnny's. Whatever. But don't be mad because I don't want your seasoning on my plate, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you guys understand the analogy. But if the if the other individual understands you and love you, they say, okay, cool. It's here if you need it.
Yes.
You see, it's here if you need it. So that means you're enabling me to be happy. Come on now.
And you feel more supported. And, you build trust and you build all kinds of things between you when you can just understand that what's for you is not for the other person, or the way that they do it isn't necessarily the way that you would do it, but it's not wrong. It's right for them. It may not be right for you,
right.
And so all of these things, it adds to your happiness. But sometimes, like in my case, if people don't understand that, I just be like, you know what? I'm not even that energy. I'm not doing that today. And I go on about my business. Like I really do. If people are like, how do you just turn off your emotions? I don't turn them off.
No.
I just choose a different one.
You don't have to deal with
a different one.
See, do y'all know that you can do? Listen, you got a choice, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, and listen, if this is your first time watching this is the sanity check to make sure you get your mind right. Okay, you have a choice to be happy. That's your choice. Because earlier today we talked about individuals that choose to be miserable. That part is binary. You could either be happy or you not. You wake up every day, thank God. You wake up every day with a choice to be happy and to put a smile on your face and practice gratitude. So if a person can't be mad at you because you choose not to deal with their mess. You see what I'm saying? But on the flip side, they don't know that that's how it's being equated to you. So you have to watch out how you have these conversations. Say, hey, baby, or hey, sir, ma'am, whatever. I'll be right back. I need to process. That's code word. Hopefully y'all writing that down. I need to process some things. You know what I'm saying? I got you. I heard you and I felt you. Let me process it, because we can't internalize everything, because then we can become conflicted. Right? So you, like I said before, you can't put everything on your plate, but you have to know what you need on your plate to elevate and to be happy.
Right. And there's no real time frame. If you need to take a little bit of work, now I'm saying don't get like what they call analysis paralysis about some things. But, you don't have to rush things either. And people don't understand it. Oh, why you can't do this? Why can't I'm still processing. And it's on my timeline because this is my life. This is what I'm choosing to do.
It's mine. It's mine.
Yes. And people don't understand it. And I'd be like, okay. And I just like, this is me too. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be sad today. I don't want to be mad today. So let's not. So let's just let me do what I do and you do what you do. Whatever's going to make you happy in this moment. Okay, but I'm not going to do
And you know what? Watch this. Listen, the funny thing is I'm going to clap for you.
Yes.
Hey, watch this. Not only, look, ladies and gentlemen, again, we're talking about owning your happiness. You have to be able to be willing to not just be happy for yourself, but be happy for other individuals that may be doing their own thing that they may be happy in doing. Okay. So with the sanity check, we're also wanting you to hold yourself accountable. Okay. It's not all about, hey, let me, I need to be happy. Let me go and do my own thing. They need to do their own thing too. Whatever it looks like. It may not subscribe to what you're doing, right? It may not be, the way you would fold the dang clothes. You understand? It's the clothes folded. Come on now. Hey, watch this. They may not go down that same street the way you do it. They putting on some rollerblades. Yes. Why do rollerblades still exist? It don't matter. You want to ride a bike. Are y'all going the same direction? Clap for them. It's okay. Get out your feelings. Because guess what? They're happy. Regardless if it don't fit the way you would do things, they're happy. And don't sit back and say, you know what? I wish they'd get it. They get their mind right. They might have got it right for them. Listen, your mind, hold on, y'all. Your mind, just because you're doing something that's cool to you, that don't mean it's cool for everybody else. It's okay. Listen, let somebody crazy be crazy to you, but give them love in the process. Love people where they're at. That too is going to help elevate their love and their happiness. You see what I'm saying? Like, wow, look at Seth over there clapping for me. That's my cheerleader. In my mind, I'm like, you know what? He out of line, but it's okay. That's my boy. You see what I'm saying? Or like, you know what I'm saying?
You build that trust though.
Yeah.
That when you do give him a little something, he'd be like, okay, he always clapping for me. He ain't a hater. He ain't, out there trying to, make me feel some type of way. He really does have my genuine best interest.
And
at
they
heart.
do.
And so when you build that in somebody, you clap for somebody else, they are more likely to, when you do give them some good sound advice.
They're like, yeah,
to consider that. Consider it. And if they don't do it, that's okay.
And that's what I'm saying.
Bothering you, it's okay.
Hey, clap for them. It's okay. Listen, look, y'all, if somebody out there doing something crazy, but they're happy in that process, look, chances are they are aware of their circumstances. Now, I'm talking to somebody. People are aware of their circumstances and how it could affect them. Our job is not to continuously teach and preach to people. That's not your job. Let's put it like that. It's not your job. Your job is to love people where they're at if they are truly happy. Y'all, if they're happy, go on, say, all right, right on. Get it. And watch this. Get it. Keep getting it. You get what I'm saying? Stop throwing your seasoning salt on somebody else's meal. Now you about to mess up their chicken. Yes. What are you doing? Why you don't do that?
Yes. And I had a lesson in that real recently, and I had to say, okay,
what happened?
it's not my happy. I'm not going to tell the whole story.
It's okay.
What I'm going to say is there was some things I wasn't happy about in a certain person's life choices or whatever, and so we had to have a conversation about it. And it was like at the end of the day, this is what I said, you know what? If this is your happy, then I have to be happy, or at least content with your happy.
Yes.
It may not be my happy or the happy that I want for you, but if this is your happy, then okay, you have to live this life. This is your choice to make. I always want, there's certain people that you want better for, you want more for, and you see more in. However, you can tell them that, but at the end of the day, it's their choice. And so if this is what your happy looks like, you know what? I'm clapping for you. I'm just going to support you where you are. You know what I mean? I'm going to keep encouraging you. You know what I mean? To be more happy. I have a shirt that says, do more of what makes you happy. I love that shirt. I get so many compliments on that shirt.
Yes.
But it's just do more of what makes you happy. And your happy doesn't look like my happy, but I can still be happy for your happy.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Even though I may not be happy for the circumstance and think that it could have been better, but I can be happy for your happy because you have to live that life. And so I have a lesson in that too. That you cannot be happy. You're happy for other people. No, you have to be happy for their happy.
Absolutely. And that's that's what it is. Like your true happiness and your true love should not be conditional. However, and there's those of you out there that can really that may be able to dig this. If someone else's happiness involves your unhappiness, now you say something. You feel me? Now you say something. You draw that line in the sand. So why is it that every time you're living your best life is when you borrowing from me? You see what I'm saying? Why is it that every time you having it and you getting it in, I'm being inconvenienced? You see? So you can clap for that. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be a glutton for punishment. Can you dig it? See? No.
But we just talked about that, right?
What's that? Oh man, see y'all. See, she done froze up. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Go ahead, Camille. You back? Go ahead.
I don't know what just happened.
Your internet went off. You was probably about to say something good. That's all.
I was about to say, but I don't know what's going on.
Doggone it. Ladies and gentlemen, she's having some technical difficulties.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Are you there?
No, oh yeah, no, we here. But I think that the internet isn't working right. But go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, when we talk about other people's unhappiness, causing your unhappiness, again, it's a choice. People will do what you allow them to do. If they keep borrowing and that making you happy, or unhappy, stop giving them the money. I had to draw that line in the sand too, to say, okay, I'm getting upset every time I give you some money. I'm just going to stop doing it. You know what I mean? Or if what you're doing is, we have a choice. We have a choice to stop enabling the behaviors that cause us unhappiness.
You know what I mean? So what is this, Camille?
To remove ourselves.
Something is striking a nerve in you about this. See, because is this something? Because can you dig what I'm saying or what we're alluding to? Ladies and gentlemen, if y'all can dig what we're talking about, please let us know. You have to stop enabling other people's happiness, at your own cost. You see, ladies and gentlemen, are you financing somebody else's joy? Are you? Hey, listen, are you financing somebody else's happiness? Is that what you doing? Hey, and listen, do you got... are you co-signing? Look, are you co-signing somebody else's happiness? Listen, they can't even afford their happiness, but guess what? They throwing it off on you, and here you are signing this check, and then so when things go wrong, you the one that's picking up the pieces. You see, is that what's going on?
I had to learn the hard way. Yes, I had to learn the hard way.
Yeah.
I was real grown days old when I realized. When I realized the power of my no and how happy that makes me. Because now I'm not waiting on somebody else to give me back what I didn't have to give it to them in the first place. Or if I knew that it was going to make me feel the type of way, then I just decided, the friendship or, whatever that is. So do you really want to go through this?
Hold on. Self. I had to say to myself, what?
Do I really want to go through this again? Do I really want to have this argument? Because somebody out there posting pictures of they turn up and they know they owe you money. Talking about they broke, but they out there turning up, buying all them bottles, popping them in the VIP section. So I had to learn how to say, if I get it, maybe I'll never get it back. And can I live with that? If I can live with that and that's okay with me, then all right. And if I can't, guess what? My answer just has to be no or not right now. I just don't have it to spend.
I just don't
it hit a nerve with me, but I have learned.
See, sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, to Camille's point, and we have to do this, right? We have to do this. We have to say, hey, I ain't got it. Or say, hey, brother, I ain't got nothing for you, man. Hey, but right on, basically, do what you can do with what you got, okay? Because we can go through life and get burnt. But the thing is, when do you feel the burn? Because you're going to continuously take what you accept to what you're saying, but then you don't cut it off at 3, you wait to 10. And what happens is when you get finally at 10, now they all such and suches, blah, 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 blah. And they looking at you like, why you blowing up? But because you've been chronologically counting these burns, you ain't say nothing at 3.
Yes.
Now you at 10, now you're mad, you're cussing them out, and now you ain't talking to them no more. See?
Exactly. And that's where personal accountability. I always say, I have to take responsibility for my part, which was I gave them whatever it was that was I knew it was going to set me off.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I take personal accountability for my actions in that thing. A lot of people don't want to, no, they didn't do it. They didn't give, they promised. You have to know, that's the law of polarity. if you know that there's a possibility something could happen, you also have to know that there's a possibility that it won't happen. And we don't consider the opposite side. And that's with everything in life.
Yes.
If there's a yes, you got to know that there's a no. If you borrow somebody, they say they're going to pay it back, you have to consider the fact that they may never do that. If they say they're going to be there for you, you have to also consider the fact that life may happen and they may not be there. So when we make these decisions, before we want to throw it on.
Dang it. Y'all, Camille's internet, doggone, y'all listen. So she's not at home. All right. She's not at home and she's dealing with a wireless connection. And sometimes that can be off and on. But what she was talking about and alluding to is that you have to set those boundaries. You have to set those boundaries. You have to understand what you're negotiating. It's okay, Camille. You have to talk about, you have to understand where your negotiating boundaries are and say, okay, look, I'm willing to do this, but that's it. Now, the rest is on you, my brother and my sister. It's on you. And I'm going to still love you. And look, I'm going to clap all the way. Go on here. You got it. I'm going to encourage you. But your happiness cannot be at the conditional on what I'm giving you. Because like she was saying earlier, you got to be able to see when where that cutoff line is. Because watch this. They going to keep coming back. They go, hey, look, getting fat. They gonna come back and could you keep letting? Why? Because that door is still open. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully y'all understanding this. We have not
become aware of our own, and we have not taken personal accountability for our actions in that thing. We have to continue to do. I said we have to continue to, take stock of ourselves, be aware of ourselves, and take personal accountability, because that's what it's about. People will only do again what you allow them to do. You have total control of your emotions, including your happiness. You can be happy in a seemingly sad situation or bad situation. I can choose the relationship over being right. I have these choices every single day, and I am going to exercise them. And so I choose happiness. Like Angel, my friend Angel Inez on here said earlier, every day happiness is a choice. It's a daily choice in whatever it is. So can't blame nobody else.
That's it. You know what? I'm thinking, Camille, and ladies and gentlemen, if y'all are still on, we appreciate you guys being on. But what do you guys think about understanding and us talking about not just setting those boundaries, but learning to cut individuals off the right way? Okay? Cutting off with love. Because there's times we have to be able to do that and without feeling emotionally responsible or drained. Like there's friends, family members, significant others, or whatever it is that we truly have to cut them off because we're being depleted and they keep coming back. All right. So look, y'all let us know what you think. Camille, what you think about that? You think that'd be a good sanity check for folks to you know what I mean? Because it will help individuals that have a loving and giving heart. You do see, so it's like the individuals that have a loving and caring heart, but then the ones that don't understand, oh, here, Camille, let me see why your internet is working good. How about you answer this?
Lily.
Yeah, what you think about this? How do you make a determination between helping and enabling?
Okay, so here's one of the things, when I learned when you help somebody, there's some things that you have to go along with it, right? So you have to give them certain skills to be able to learn the lefts and rights, if you will, of whatever the issue is. You have to help them change the mindset. When you start helping people, I like to help people that like to help themselves. Some people need a little extra boost, so we're there to give that to them. However, if they keep coming back, the mindset hasn't changed, the circumstances haven't changed, their actions haven't changed, that keeps getting them in the same bind, and they keep coming to you to bail them out, you're probably enabling them. Sometimes people have to feel it to learn the lesson, to figure out how to get up out of that on their own. So if you've done it, and you have to trust your gut, you know when you're enabling people.
You know.
They keep coming. I said, yeah, I had to tell people I don't want to be your first, second, third, fourth, or fifth option. After you've done all these things, then come to me. Tell me what you've done, and I'll see how I can help you, or if I want to help you after that. And if not, I'm going to give you some tools. Well, have you tried this, and that? Because a lot of times we hear the term. We teach people what to think, not how to think. Critical thinking is important when we're helping people, because they have to work out those issues within themselves. They have to learn how to navigate and how to go along this journey themselves. Somebody's not always going to be there to pull them up. So when times get hard, or you in a situation by yourself, are you going to have the tools that will help you to get out of it, to climb your way out, to figure out that even if there's two walls, you can break down some stuff and build some steps? So we have to give them the tools as well. We have to stop just giving without a lesson, giving without and like I said, your gut tells you. You get like frustrated, like, dang, this person keep coming on, like, but we keep giving and we keep blaming them instead of looking at ourselves and say, why do I feel the need to or to be used?
Yes.
Why is it that they're always coming to me? Having that conversation with yourself.
Yep.
So that's how you can kind of determine whether you're helping or enabling.
So
and that's one way, but trust your gut.
Yeah, I would say that. And also, also what I do, and this is what I would think, Lily, listen, individuals know when you are helping them, and they know when they can keep coming on back. Right? Hey, you what's that song? It's a song that says, they want that old thing back. Look, they want that old thing. Why? Because it felt good. It did not challenge them. It did not make them feel a way. It did not make them reflect. You understand? It didn't make them reflect. So they felt comfortable, right? They felt comfortable to come back to me. This is just Seth, right? And y'all let me know if y'all can dig it. To me, that's the difference between helping and enabling, because when you help a person, you're helping them to learn how to fish. You dig? So like you said, Camille, you're giving them skills, you're giving them things, and then let's see what they do with it. Look, if you're talking to this young lady, well, let me take that back. Not a young lady. If you're talking to a grown woman and telling her how to take care of her responsibilities, her track record showed you what she was doing and what she considered as help. You understand? So if you're, and then I will also say this too, if you're still having the same conversations, look, if you're still saying that part. Look, if you're still saying the same thing, people hear it audibly, but they ain't feeling it. So the question is, how many times do you want to keep repeating what you're saying? Because then you got to ask yourself, did I just tell this fool this last year? Or say, self, you know what? It seemed like it's a cycle. All right, the holidays is coming around, and here they come. Here's the story, right? Because look, you can almost plan this. They about to call me and tell me about A, B, C, and D, what everybody did wrong to them, right? And they gonna come to me and say, hey, you know what? Lord have mercy, I can't do this, because everybody did this. I need your help. Okay? And then this is when I normally say, well, you need to do this, but you always end up saying, I got you. So when are you going to change the conversation? Because if you keep saying the same thing, they know that your door is revolving. They gonna come on back and sing that same tune. They know the tune. They gonna sing it to you. Look, they gonna sing it to you. And look, you go dance along with them and go along with that same old jig, right? They
will wait you out for as long as it takes. See? You know what I mean? They know. Yep. And then the other thing, I don't let people put me on guilt trips no more. You know what I mean? Like, you're not guilt tripping me. I used to be people like, well, you went on vacation and you did all of these things.
Because I didn't do that.
But you can't give me $20.
No.
Because I can, because I work for this $20. It's mine to do whatever I want to with it. And so I'm not going to feel guilty for that, because you have the ability to earn that $20 or to earn whatever it is. Or you can go on vacation. If you stop going out for 4 weeks, which is about $100 a week, $400 can get you a short trip to maybe a little island or a little weekend cruise or something like that. It's our choices. So while you're choosing to do that, I'm choosing to do this with my money.
Camille,
I'm doing things that make me happy. That's what makes you happy.
I almost went there. I promise you. Something in my mind. So, see, I'm so glad I'm older and grown now, because I was about to say some things that wasn't right, because I feel like people test you. Well, why you always doing this? You know, why can't you give me this? You always doing this? Well, because I can. And look, wait, hold on. Not only, watch this. Not only can I, and it makes me happy, but you could too. So you are operating in the level of standard that you are allowing for yourself. This is my standard. And on today, watch this. Yes. On today, I'm saying no. You feel me? On today, no receives no obligation for explanation. So I don't care. Watch this. I don't care what I put on Facebook. It's my page. You dig it? So if you see me walking bucket naked in Cancun with my mask on, right on, because I don't want the Rona. If you see me walking bucket naked right after you asked me for $15 and I said I ain't got it, that means I ain't got it for you. And I'm naked on Cancun. You see?
Yes. And it's so true. And I just be like, I'm not impressed with stuff. Yeah. Some people have to, it's a status thing. They want the latest Jordan. They want the latest. And if that's what makes you happy, then do that.
And go get it.
If it makes you really happy, not other people, you really happy.
Go get it.
For me, not impressed, right? Not impressed. I would rather make memories. Take them pictures on an island somewhere or in a country somewhere or doing something that I've never done before. That's what makes me happy. I'm clothed. My clothes are decent and in good order and they look good and they make me feel good. They might only cost $20 on sale, but they mine. I paid for them and I choose to spend my money in the way that I want to, which is traveling or doing other things, and that's what makes me happy. So you have to do what makes you happy, but make sure it really makes you happy and you're not trying to do something for other people that's putting you in a situation that's making you unhappy.
You see?
Because,
right.
You see what I'm saying? You went out buying all this stuff for other people to see and you hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, and every night you go to bed wondering if you're going to lose your car, your house, all this kind of stuff. Is that stuff really making you happy?
Right. Or
is that the source of your unhappiness?
See?
You might need to change some things.
And that's something to think about. You might need to change some
things. And that's your choice.
Yes. And ladies and gentlemen, look, we got a few minutes left, but I want to give you guys an opportunity to let us know. Call in. The lines is open, right? Just give us a quick 2-minute, if you can, conversation about what genuinely makes you happy. So that's the number below, 618-792-6747. We're going to keep it open for a second just to give you guys that opportunity, because we're really getting into some good stuff. And hopefully you're taking something out of this, right? You're taking something out of this and understanding what truly makes you happy and enjoying that, and not necessarily trying to put things or to gain things to gain other people's validation, right? Or other people's admiration for you, okay? Because that is not, in my opinion, because I don't know what makes you happy, right? But that does not make me happy, right? I like to be involved with things that I like and surround myself with people that are happy. Hold on, we got a call, and I think I know who it is. Good morning. How you doing? Welcome to Sanity Check.
Hey, this is Mama J.
Hey, now, good
morning.
morning.
I just want y'all to know, I think my greatest gift in life, Steph, was when God led me to the type of work that I do. I'm somewhat of I'm an introverted extrovert. I love being alone. So my work provides me the opportunity to really be creative, put stuff on paper that nobody else is doing, and work with people and see them being satisfied with the end result of my work. And that is the part that keeps me alive, thriving, and well. And I'm so thankful, so grateful for that gift. And I know it came from God.
Yes.
So that's my piece. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you for calling. Have a good one. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. That's good. That is real good. But but go ahead. What you got, Camille, for your final word?
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, just, here's some simple things. I know we went into, about our personal choices and everything like that. But I just want to leave you guys with a couple things that you can do kind of on a day-to-day basis. Beginning, things that we can do throughout our day, throughout our life to make us happy. Here are a couple ways that you can increase your happiness, on a simpler level. Exercise. They did a study that says 7 minutes of exercise a day can be enough. Also, temperature outside. You ever sit in the house and you be like, oh, I'm feeling all this. I just got to get outside. I got to get outside. Fresh air on your skin. But they said 57 degrees is the optimum temperature for happiness. I didn't even know that was a thing, but 57 degrees. So I see why people like fall and things like that. I'm one of those. I also like spring, but just getting out can be enough. So there's another thing that they say, stuff like getting enough sleep, is paramount for good, or for feeling happy is the word I'm looking for feeling happy. When we're exhausted, everything makes us on edge. So you need to get good sleep so you can kind of sleep off those negative feelings, wake up, you'll be less sensitive to anybody else's negative energy. And, you'll just feel better all around. That's why sleep deprivation is one of those torture techniques. You know what I mean? They can't recall anything pleasant anymore. They can only think about the negative things, and they get tired of that. And they say, okay, I'm just going to give you whatever you want to. You know what I mean? And I know there's times that I get sleepy and I'd be like, you know what, y'all, I'm tired. I just need to go to bed before I just, go off on anybody else.
Right.
So I just need a little nap right now. Right. Things like he said about practicing smiling. It reduces your pain. It improves your mood. You think better. You have better social relationships. And the other thing is, you can't just practice smiling. I can go like this and smile all day. But you can tell a genuine smile when somebody's eyes respond, when they smile with their eyes, which literally lifts their mood. There's several studies for that. Mm-hmm. It really changes your emotion when you smile genuinely. But sometimes it's a practice. You got to do that. Use your eye sockets. Make sure you squinch them up or whatever the case may be. And then rewire your brain for happiness. What we're talking about here, this mindset shift, right? Yeah. Meditation provides clarity, attention span, focus, all of those. It keeps you calm.
That's right.
And it's so useful for improving your happiness. So those are just a couple of things that you guys can do to improve your happiness. Exercise, practice smiling, meditation, get more sleep. Mm-hmm. Simple things that you can do on a day-to-day basis to help with that mood, to strengthen those connections and relationships that we have.
We got a lot, and we did a lot, and we said a lot. So if there's anything that you wanted even to go back and get that, get the quotes and everything that we said, just watch the replay and make sure you share this, okay? And we love you. We appreciate you. And don't forget to share this, and we're going to see you again next week on the Sanity Check. All right? All right.